Hello there and welcome to the Mobile Academy. And if you want to become a job ready Flutter developer, make sure to check out the courses on my website mobileacademy.io. Here you will find all of the courses related to the Flutter development. You will find the professional course as well as the basic course related to the Flutter. You can also find some of the free courses over here if you want to just go and try it out, or if you are just a beginner on the Flutter and then the React Native, you can also find the free course over here. And if you would like to be a full stack developer, we also have the course related to the full stack developer, related to the Node.js, Express, MongoDB, as well as the Flutter over here. And if you would like to join the Flutter bootcamp, there is also a bootcamp course over here. So make sure to go and check out the course over here. There are free and then they paid course. And if you want to be a job ready Flutter developer, this is the course that you want to take. So see you guys on the next lesson. Till then, have a great day. Now let us try to see how we can set up our network service using a DO over here. So for that, we will go to our remote over here, and let's create the new file over here, and let's call this one as our network service network, and then the network service dot file over here. And once we have this particular file, let's just go and we need a DO over here. So let's just go and say a DO, and I guess we need to import this one on the top over here. So let's just go and import the package of the DO over here, and let's just go and say to the DO, and I'll just go and say DO over here, and we will just go and set this one as a DO ref over here, and that will be of the ref itself. And we are going to use the repopod annotation over here. So for that, I need to annotate this one with the the repopod over here, and let's go and say keep alive as a true. Since this will be of our network service, we need to just instantiate one time over here. And let's just go down over here, and I'll just go and create a final, and then will be of the options over here, and that will be of equals to the base option, and this will be of the your URL that we currently have. So let's just go and copy your URL that we have previously got once we deploy our app to the Vercel. So just go and copy it and paste it over here. And also I'll just go and set up some of the information like the connection timeout over here. That will be of the const of the duration, and duration will be second of let's just give it another 10. I think 60 will be better over here. And we also need to pass in the something like a receive timeout, and that will be of the duration of the 60 as well. And let's send the send timeout as well, which will be of the 60 as well. So that will be good over here. And here we'll just go and return the DO from here, and I guess that should be good enough to go and generate our this particular. Okay, so I need to add the part file over here, and that will be of the, let's say part, and part will be of the network service .dg.d file. This will go and generate our DO provider class using the repopod. So let's just go and run the Flutter run Flutter pub run, right? So for Flutter pub run build runner, and that will be of the build -d, and let's go and run let's go and generate that particular code over here. And once it is done, let's go and check that particular generated file, and you'll see that we got the DO provider over here, and that's cool. So I guess that's all for this particular lesson. We have successfully created our network service that returns us the DO with the DO provider from the repopod. So that's all, and let's meet up in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Now let us go and create our API over here. So for that, let's go to our features over here and go to the tags, and inside this particular data we have already created the API folder. Now let's just go and create the new file and let's just call this one as the tags API dot the dart file. And let's just go and create the class over here that will be of the tags API. And here we will require the DO over here. So let's just go and say DO, and that will be of the DO over here. And let's just go and create the constructor we require. So that will be of the tags API. And let's just go and say we require, I'll just go and say this one as the required field. So that will be of the required over here, and this dot the DO over here. And once we have the class constructor, let's just go and create one function over here that will return us the future. And we need to create get the tags over here, and we also need to create the return type over here. And currently we don't have that particular return type. For now, let's just go and set it as a response. And finally, I'll just go and say response and then the DO that they get. And we need to provide our endpoint. So let's just go back to our postman over here, and let's just copy our endpoint from the postman over here. I'll just go and paste that particular endpoint over here. This is the endpoint that we require. So what we need to do is we need to pass in the map over here, and that will be of the type is of the string and then the dynamic. And let's say this is of the params that we are passing in. So for this particular page, what we need to do is we'll just go and pass in the, let's just go and remove this one. We need to remove that, and let's just go and do the string interpolation over here. And what I require is the params, right? So params, params that we have. And here we need to have the page over here. And similarly here we need to go and do the string interpolation over here, and that will be of the params that we have. And from the params we require the limit over here. So let me just try to arrange it properly over here. Let's just add this proper intent over here, and this will give us the response back from this particular DO. And then the type, I can just go and say the the type will be of the map, and then the string, and then the dynamic. So later I can just go and map it to my the DTO class over here. Currently we haven't generated that particular DTO class, but we will soon generate that particular DTO class over here. And now I can just go and return, let's just go and return it from here, return and return, and that will be of our response for now. And we got some error, so I guess okay, so it's not here, so it should be inside of this particular function, not outside of that particular function. So that should be good enough for now. And what we need to do is we need to go and create the DTO for this particular response that we are going to return it from here. So now let's go back to our DTO over here, and I'll just go and say this will be of the tags response over here dot the dart file. And what we'll do is we'll just go and generate that particular tags response dot the dart file. And for that one, what you can do is you can go to the quick type over here, app.the-quicktype.io, and go and paste your response over here. So let's just go and copy the response that we are getting from our API over here. So this is the response that we are currently getting from our API, and we'll select the dart from here, and I'll just remove the type only from here. And once we got this particular file, I'll just go and copy this one from here, and let's just go and paste it over here. And that should be okay. So now this the class name is of the temperature, so I guess that's not the correct one from here. I just need to remove this one and rename it to the tags response from here, and that will be good enough. So let's just copy again one more time from here, and let's just go and replace it over here. And I guess that should be fine for now. And now let's just go and remove all of this, and let's try to rearrange this one from here. So we have the tags response, and we'll just set this one. Let's just go to, okay, I'll just go and do some fix from here, and I'll just ignore the invalid annotation for now for this particular whole file. And now what we'll do is for the status, I'll just go and set it as a default one. So add the default, right? So the default over here, and default will be of the empty string for now. And similarly, we'll remove the total, and total will be of let's just go and say add the default value will be of the 0. So let's just copy all of this, and I need to do the same thing for the total page over here. And then the current page will also make it as a default value, so we don't want to make it at a nullable. And for the data, I guess let's just go and see what we have in the data over here. Data consists of the list of the tasks that we have, and for this one the list will be of the empty list. So I can just remove this one from here, so it's not a nullable, but a default value will be of the empty list over here. And once we have that, I guess that should be fine, and all of this should be of the required one. So let's just go, and currently we are not sending any nullable value, so I can just remove the nullable value from here. And what we'll do is we'll just go and say this is of the required one. So let's just go and say this all are required, and this is of the type of the string over here. So I just need to copy this, and I just need to set this is also required. Date and time is also the day is also required. Reminder is also required, and all of these are currently a required field. So now let me just go and add some proper intent over here, then we can generate this particular code over here. So let's just go and add a proper intent over here, and I guess that should be fine for that. And let's just go and set this one, and let's just go and set this one as well. And now let's just go and do the same thing for this one. So let's just go and arrange this one as well. And for the data, I guess the default value we can just let's just go over here, and let's just say default will be of the data itself. And in this way that we don't have a nullable type over here, and we'll just go and run the runner over here. So let's just go and run the Flutter pub run build runner build, and let us try to generate that code, and make sure you have this part file generated added over here, so it can generate that particular file, both the first and then the g.dot. And this two, I guess we are not going to require it for now, or so I can just go and, or you can, if you want, you can just keep it in case you want that. So I'll just go and say this is from the from JSON, and we have the to JSON over here. And now the task response is working. So let's just go back to our task API, and this will return us the task response from here. And now let's just go and copy this one. Okay, so what we'll do is let's go down over here, and what I need is I need to grab the response. This now response is of the type is of the response map, right? So what we need to do is let's just go and say const, and that will be of the result result, which will be of the, I need to, I'll say that which is of equals to weight. And what I will do is I'll just go and say this one of the ISO isolate. I want to go isolate dot run from here, and from here what I will do is task response, right? And then the task response dot from JSON, and we currently have some errors. So const, okay, so this can't be const, so I just need to make it as a final over here. And now I'll just go and pass in the response.data to our task response from JSON. So that should go and do the mapping for us and return us the task response over here. So you can see we got the task response, and now I can just go and return this one from here. And I guess that should not be of the nullable type, and I'll just go and say that if it is of a null, just pass in the empty the map over here. And for that we also need to go and say this is of the try catch blocks. We can get an error over here, right? So let's just go and move this one inside of our try block over here, And in the catch, let's just go and say that we also need to catch the on the do exception, right? So we can catch the do exception, just catch that one. And also let's just go and finally catch, and if it is not of the do exception, we also need to catch some error over here. And from here, what we'll do is we can also create a custom class over here to return that particular error, but I guess for now we'll just go and throw that particular error using the exception. So let's just call the exception from here, and I'll just go and pass the e.the message, and then from here we'll also go and throw a simple exception message over here. So that should be good enough for now. We are not going to do the complex exception handling for now, and only we will do it once we are building a production app. At that time we are going to do the exception handling properly, but for now this should be perfectly fine to handle our exception using the try catch block over here, and that should be good enough for now. And we also need some of the more the API over here. That will we have to get a task to update it and to delete it, as well as to create it over here. I'll give you as a homework and try to do and set it up your own, and if not, I will be covering up in our coming up lessons. So till then, have a great day.